Interface is a short-term mission program held here in Papua New Guinea. It's run by Ethnos 360 and global partners like Ethnos New Zealand. It's designed to show young adults why we need long-term missionaries.
A lot of these things that Jesus has commanded us to do they take life-on-life discipleship for years.
Interface is a 6-week tertiary-level course in church planting among ethnic people groups. It includes time in the classroom, learning the principles of tribal church planting, how to learn an unwritten language, courses in translation principles, as well as classes on finances, support roles, and cultural awareness. There are classes in Pidgin and loads of opportunities to practice with national people.
Well, here at ITF we teach the Bible chronologically just like we do out in the bush locations that we're at, and a lot of people ask, well, what's chronological teaching? Well, quite often you hear the chronological teaching called the creation to Christ story, which is great, but it's much broader than that. It does story all the way from creation to Christ, but it actually starts before that and goes beyond that too.
This man who's came to our village and who's taught me how to read, and he's taught me how to write, and he's taught me the true word of God. And to see the joy in her face, that was my favorite memory.
One of the highlights of Interface is the side trip to a tribal village to see a young church plant. That's a whole week with a new church, hearing their stories, worshiping with them, and just experiencing life out in the bush with them. It's a pretty full-on week. You might be thinking, I could never do something like that. Well, maybe you can't, and that's the point. With God's help, we can.
I would just love to continue to encourage the guys to step up and be men, and who knows how God's going to direct, but getting them over here to see a picture of what God is doing to reach the unreached as men.
Experiencing Interface may show you that you have an aptitude for languages, a heart to build relationships with people from a different culture, or show you how you could fill a vital support role.
For every single one of these church planters, there is another support missionary behind them, trying to keep them fed, keep them healthy. That'd be our doctors and nurses, trying to provide guest housing for them when they do come out of the bush, consulting with them. That'd be the translation and the language consultants. There's an enormous support structure that's required. So we need support missionaries on this field too. Love it if you consider where God might use you and your gifts.
If God has given you an interest in missions, why not come and experience firsthand church planting in some of the most isolated areas of the world?
Come, please. It's so fun. It's so worth it.